Hi, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Today's reading is a monthly reading for July 2025 for the water sign Pisces. Pisces, for today's reading, I'm using the Gilded Tarot deck by Sarah Marchetti. If I need to clarify, I am using the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. And at the end, I will pull one additional oracle card from the Ask Your Guides deck. Just a reminder, these readings are general in nature, so the messages may or may not resonate. I also do encourage you to watch not just your sun sign reading, but your moon and rising to give you a better overview of all of the energy surrounding you at this time. If you do like the reading today, please consider giving the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be notified when I post new content, and also leave comments. I do love connecting with everybody. So, all right, let's get going. I've shuffled off camera to save a bit of time. So we begin with the Seven of Swords. This card has shown up for so many of the signs this month. There seem to be, it happens. Some months there are like certain cards that just, no matter how many times I shuffle, they just keep coming up for the signs. So that's why I say to always look at the, all of your readings, the sun and moon and rising. Okay, so Seven of Swords, it's, it's a card of getting away with something, right? Somebody getting away with sort of, you can see the man here with the card on the card. He has 5 swords that he's sneaking away with, so he's gotten away with this, but ultimately he didn't plan that well. So there's a lack of planning involved because he wasn't able to carry all 7 of them. He's left the 2 swords there. Person can defend themselves with those swords. So it's he is acting sneakily, but it's like there's something to do with lack of planning. The suit of swords itself, it has to do with it's the suit of the mind, cerebral energy. So thoughts, communication, how we get our thoughts across to other people. And it's helped or hindered by the Ace of Pentacles. So a new job offer, right? A new way for you to make money. Aces in the tarot are blessings from the universe. They are also yes cards. If you've been waiting for an answer to come in, especially relating to a new job, this is the yes you've been waiting for from the universe. Yeah. Pentacles, it's earth energy, so it has to do with the work that we do, the money we earn. It's material possessions here in the physical realm. So our career, finance, home, family, but it's a new opportunity, a new cycle starting up. Aces are the sort of the beginning, the first of the suit, so it's a new cycle. So there could be sometimes with this Seven of Swords, it can be like acting sneakily, but not necessarily, in a very nefarious, negative sense. It can be as simple as, you're looking to change jobs, you're on the job site, you're sending your resume off, you're, applying for new jobs, but you don't want people in your current place of employment to find out. So, you might be acting sneakily, but, there's something to do with lack of planning. But what could help or hinder is this new offer. In the deep past, wow, and the Magician, this is sort of the Ace of Aces, right? It's number 1 of the major arcana. And the Magician is associated with air energy, right? So with Gemini, but also with Virgo. And the Magician has at his disposal, right, all of the tools. So he has the Pentacles, the Swords, the Cups, the Wands. And he is able to use all of the elements to manifest, to bring into reality whatever it is that he's trying to, that he has envisioned and he wants to manifest into his life. So, yeah, it's a very powerful card of you manifesting a new job, right? Whatever it is that you've been trying to bring into reality, it's coming in here with the Magician. In the recent past, we have the Four of Swords, which is a timeout, right? You can see the person here, they're laying down. We have the 3 swords up above, still has the sword there where they're able to defend themselves, but it represents a time of rest, of recovery. It can be actual recovery from, a surgery, needing to rest and recuperate. It can just be, taking some time off, can be taking time off work. It can also have to do with a delay. So a delay in something coming in, possibly related to this new offer. But, your message coming in from your higher self is completely, opposite energy. It's the 8 of Wands, fast-paced energy, news coming in very quickly. This is the, back and forth with the company. So you've submitted your application or your resume, your CV. and you're now getting the call back. So come in to do the interview, okay, setting up the interview time. So it's back and forth correspondence, fast moving energy. Can also be travel by air, right? So traveling to a different country. In the near future, we have the moon, major arcana number 18, and the moon is associated with the water sign of Pisces. So you showing up very much in your own element, right? Very powerful here, Pisces. And, you know, the moon, it can represent hidden things coming to light, truths being uncovered, secrets coming to light, and also the need to pay attention to dreams. So messages coming through at nighttime in your dreams. It might be a good month to maintain a dream journal. Also pay attention to like hidden things coming to light in as much as, you know, like paying attention to signs, synchronicities, repeating numbers, those types of things. You show up as the Page of Wands. So this is fire energy. You know, it could be somebody else that you're dealing with, even though this is, you know, sits in your position. But if it's a person, it's a younger, more immature fire sign energy, but Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. It could be you taking on the energy of this Page of Wands, just, you know, feeling very excited about something that's starting up. Pages bring in news about something. In the case of the Page of Wands, it can be news about a new job. It can be, you know, a new creative project or endeavor. And this Page of Wands is very good at, if it's you taking on this energy, they're very good at thinking outside of the box, coming up with creative ways of doing something. So it could be you, you know, thinking very creatively about something or how to approach a situation. But it could also be news of this job coming in. In your surrounding, in your environment, you have the King of Cups. Again, could be you taking on this energy, could be another water sign in your environment, an older water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be a father figure, your own father, father of your children. But as the King of Cups, he is, you know, he's mastered his particular suit. So he's very emotionally available. He's very emotionally mature. He's very open, very loving. So it could be you taking on this energy as you know, deal with a particular situation this month. Hopes and fears, and it is a fear, is the Five of Cups. So there's a fear of disappointment, right? But the cautionary message with the Five of Cups is that, you know, you need to not focus on the disappointments of the past. Instead, focus on the Two Cups that you have right behind you there in the present. Two of Cups is the minor arcana version of the Lover's card. So, you know, there could be this soulmate connection, these new opportunities that you're missing out on by only focusing on the disappointments of the past. Outbound energy, beautiful. 10 of Cups. This is the ultimate in the Suit of Cups. So it's that happily ever after, the happy home, happy family, happy, you know, it's the ultimate in in emotional abundance. It could be financial as well, but in emotional fulfillment and abundance, sitting in the past position. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups, which, you know, there's a need for you to make a choice, right? The Seven of Cups represents, or can sometimes show up when you are spoiled for choice, when there are too many options. You can see that each cup, each chalice here on the Seven of Cups holds something, right? And it typically represents sort of something that you would love, that you are interested in, that is, you know, that you would find fulfilling, that it represents something that you would want, right? Each of these cups. But until you actually choose one and you pick that ace, you know, the chalice, that Ace of Cups, until you actually choose one of these cups, they're all just sort of up in the air, very dreamy, very, you know, that would be great, or this job would be great, or that would be great. And you need to pick one. So there's a need to focus, to choose one of these cups in order to, to manifest whatever it is that you are trying to manifest. I'm just looking over the spread to see if we want to, well, we can clarify. We'll clarify a couple of the cards. For the most part, I'd say that you have very positive cards showing up in the spread. The messages are mostly, you know, very clear. But I will clarify the Seven of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Cups. Okay. So additional messages for Pisces for the month of July. What else does Pisces need to know? Additional messages for Pisces. I'll do one last shuffle. And we'll start with the Seven of Swords in the center of the spread. So clarifying first the Seven of Swords, and we have the Hangman. So yeah, there's some type of delay, and I'm getting more that this is, you know, it's you sort of sneaking around, applying for jobs, you know, trying to get out of a particular situation, but there's been a delay. The Hangman represents a delay, so timing, but there's divine timing at play, right? So if there's been a delay, there was a reason for it. But also, you know, there's if you look at him this way, if he had been the right way up, if he'd been the opposite, you know, upright, he certainly would not be able to gain the perspective that he's gained by being in this upside down position. So yeah, there's been a necessary delay in this Ace of Pentacles, in this new opportunity coming in for you. Clarifying the Four of Swords, which is also, you know, it's delay. Yeah, the Tower, Major Arcana number 16. So again, the Tower, it's sort of this, when the Tower moment happens, then it kind of sets into or starts the ball rolling on a whole sequence of events, right? Because of this unexpected Tower moment. But there's something to do with timing, and the Four of Swords is about a timeout, a recovery. So there's been a timing issue, right? Divine timing, an orchestration at play. So something hasn't worked out, or there's been a delay, or something hasn't, you know, haven't received this job offer because of divine timing. Clarifying this Five of Cups in the hopes and fears, we have the Five of Coins. Okay. So fives, yeah, they're difficult energies in the tarot. And this is the, you know, feeling that it's a lack mentality, feeling left out in the cold. So the disappointment here, I feel that there could have been a disappointment related to your finances, related to the money that you earn. You know, maybe you haven't been earning as much money as you would have liked. It's been difficult, right? You've been, so you're worried about that. You're worried that you don't want that. You don't want to go through that situation again, but it is just a fear. Okay. It's not a reality. It is just a fear, relating to your finances. And clarifying this Seven of Cups, we have the Four of Wands. Okay, well, the Four of Wands is a card of, it's beautiful. It's like the 1111. So it's, yeah, it's like a portal, but fours in the tarot, they're very stable energy. They have to do with, yeah, stability. It's very grounded energy. This card can show up when there's a home move, when you're moving home, buying a home, moving in with somebody. It can also represent a marriage. But it's a very stable energy. So, you know, once you pick, yeah, I feel that once you pick one of these cups, right, and go with, if it is this new job offer, or, you know, whatever the cup holds for you, it's going to bring you the stability that you've been looking for. It's going to bring you the emotional fulfillment with the Ten of Cups showing up that you've been looking for. It's going to bring you the financial stability, the longevity associated with, you know, this Ace of Pentacles, kind of bringing in this new cycle of financial abundance for you. So yeah, that looks positive. That definitely, the clarifying those cards like that definitely makes more sense, but it also just kind of underscores that yes, there might have been some disappointments in the past, right? But it is just more of a fear now, but you do have these new things coming in, right? And it seems like it's going to be more in tune with what you have wanted as far as a career goes for quite a while. But there has been some type of delay because of divine timing. And, you know, it's now is the time. All right, let's get you one additional oracle card message. So one additional message for Pisces. What else does Pisces need to know for the month of July? Okay, we'll shuffle the deck. And our card is Deceit. We have guardian angels, and the number of the card is 27. So as far as yeah, important numbers. If you see any repeating numbers this month, pay attention to the number 27 or the number 2, the number 7, or the number 9. Those might be important numbers this month. And let me get the guidebook, and we'll just read some of the key messages for deceit. And it says, pay close attention to what's going on around you, as well as what's going on within you. You will notice that bad vibes are in the air. Yeah, it says guardian angels remind you that deceit can be subtle, difficult to see. But it says deceit and manipulation need not be maliciously intended to occur or to be damaging. Often it's just the result of thoughtlessness or fear. Your guardian angels urge you to trust your vibes completely when it comes to your suspicions of others. Also, equally scrutinize your own deceptions. Either case leads to dead ends and disappointing outcomes. Ask your guardian angels to protect you from the deceit of others and your own temptation to deceive. And have the courage and integrity to be honest. So honesty, which is interesting, and deceit, because sitting at the center of the spread is that 7 of Swords, which is about deceit, right? And trying to get away with something. Yeah, so just, intuition, definitely, especially with the Moon card showing up in your near future. So listen to your intuition. Signs, synchronicities as well. Those could be important for you this month. All right, well, I hope that the messages have helped, Pisces. I thank you for joining me today. Look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of July. Bye for now.